Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Closet Check. If you're new around these parts, then Closet Check is where I highlight different pieces and collections from my closet. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and go ahead and hit the notification bell to get notified of new episodes that I post. As you can see here today, we're doing something a little bit different. I'm actually highlighting some of the specific pieces from my wife's Chrome Hearts collection. And so it's been really cool over the years to not only find things for myself that I've been highlighting probably almost too much throughout the course of this channel, but also to be picking up some items for my wife over the years as well, and to sort of build together a cool little collection here of specifically some hats and some bags that I wanted to highlight. So let's go ahead and get right into it with the first hat here, and this is the Cemetery Cross bucket hat. This is a crazy piece. As you can see, it has sort of the cross patches done all over the top section of the bucket hat here. I tried counting the number of crosses here. It's kind of hard to keep track of all the ones that you're counting as you're going through, just because there's so many. But I think it has about 26 different patches that have been applied to this top section here, and also has a silver dagger that's put onto the front cross right there. So this is an all leather bucket hat that has a silk lining on the inside, so you can see the sizing in here. This one is marked as a medium, and my wife, she roughly wears, I think, about a 7 1/4 for her, say, fitted hat size. So if you want to sort of roughly compare the Chrome Hearts hat sizing over to others for you to get a general sense. So unfortunately for me, this one is way too small for me to wear. And they actually only had this medium in stock. I think we got this at the Las Vegas location a few years ago, and they only had this size in stock, which then it was sort of perfect for her when she put it on. So super cool, all leather piece. Again, crazy with all the crosses that are all over it. Now the second hat of hers is a really special piece because I actually got it customized. So this one we actually originally got from the main New York store. It was upstairs, and they had this one along with a bunch of other hats, sort of special hats that they had available. So this is a all cashmere. So the fabric that's on this is all cashmere all the way around. Again, with the same sort of silk lining on the inside. You can see this one's also marked as a medium for its sizing. But then the really cool thing about it, detail-wise, is it came with this gunslinger belt, sort of done, as a sort of leather strap all the way around the sides of the hat. So super cool detailing in terms of what it already came with, this huge gunslinger buckle on it. But we wanted to make it a little bit more special for her. And so the heart motif here is by far her favorite of all the Chrome Hearts motifs that they make. And so we actually got this one customized to add the heart motif to the front center. And so you can actually see on the inside how they were able to attach it. They basically punched it all the way through and put the backings on the inside here to get this added onto the front. So super unique. Again, even in and of itself, even without the heart motif, really cool hat in terms of it being this cashmere material with the gunslinger, and just made even more special with the heart. And so now we'll move on to the bags in her collection. And so this first one is the back to school bag in all black leather with silver hardware all the way through. And as I mentioned, for her hat, the heart motif is by far her favorite. And so when we saw this one that had the even bigger heart done on the front center of it, we kind of knew that she had to add this to her bag collection. So again, this is a really cool bag, all leather all the way around. It has sort of a standard pockets in the front. This one just is open bit here, and then the pocket in the center here is just sort of all open with the usual silk lining that you would expect for this kind of thing. So the back side is actually the more interesting side. At the bottom, it sort of has the standard, scroll piece that's on a lot of other pieces. But then the way that they did the strap here is pretty interesting. So it actually has these little lobster clasps on the strap and a couple of D-rings and a little hole to be able to put it through. So you can actually do these straps in a few different ways. So this is the standard, sort of backpack style, one on each shoulder. But you can really play around with these clasps however you want to. And so, for example, if you just go ahead and put them on the same side, then you can actually use this a little bit more as just a single strap, and do it crossbody or something along those lines. So you can get pretty creative in terms of how you use the strap. Sometimes my wife actually just wants to have these completely connected to themselves, just as to basically make this a bit of more just like a shoulder bag from there. But again, it has flexibility, and it's pretty cool that it has that capability to be able to kind of play around with it however you wish. So this last bag here is the newest one that we've gotten for her, and is by far the loudest and craziest of her pieces. And so this is the tiny gym bag in terms of the design and the shape of it. But this is part of the new zebra and green leather collection. Originally, this collection released just in the London store. At least there were a bunch of pieces that got released there. A bunch of these different styles of bags, along with denim and some other items. And so it was really cool to see that. I thought it was just going to be a London exclusive, but then I was able to track this down from one of the other locations around the world. And so this is just a super cool bag in terms of all the detailing on it. So on both sides, you get the 5 crosses. You got them here, and also on the back side here. And just the amount of silver detailing on this is pretty insane, to be honest. So, you have your zipper that opens up the main part of the compartment there. You have a little button here, another button on this side. These are really just like pull tabs to make it easier, to be able to basically open and close it. The handles themselves have silver detailing for the little hinges, the little buttons on here to keep the straps in place. So you got those all the way around. Same huge scroll that are on a lot of the other pieces as well. But then to me, the real kicker are the CH charms that are added to this. And so all of the hardware that's on this one, because of the color of the bag, with it being the zebra fabric as sort of the main color of it, all of the hardware on this is actually rhodium plated. And so you can see sort of the color difference. Take a look at like my ring here. There's a little bit of a color difference where they're a lot shinier and protected from tarnishing. Even the inside of this bag is fairly unique too. So I'll go ahead and get this back open. Whereas if you saw from the other pieces here, all the silk linings that they had were, sort of the standard black silk. This bag actually has white silk lining on the inside. So in the back here, it has a couple of card slots to be able to hold some cards, and is otherwise just an open silk lined interior on the inside. One other really cool detail about this bag is actually the dust bag that it came with. So, usually when you buy a piece that's along these lines, you get a dust bag for them. But this one actually has a special dust bag. So something that I've noticed for some of these more special bags, especially those that use a different type of leather, is that the dust bag that it comes with actually has a piece of that leather. So you can see the zebra leather here is surrounding the Chrome Hearts logo that's on the front of the dust bag here. But not only does it have that difference, but also the inside of this dust bag is lined with the same white silk that was on the inside of the bag as well. Again, the vast majority of these other dust bags is just the same black that would be on both sides, but it's just really cool to see, this sort of level of attention to detail, even for the dust bags themselves. And that just about does it for this video. Like I said, we're just really excited to have these pieces that we've been able to collect over the years for my wife, between the different hats and the bags. It's just been really cool to sort of be able to add these, in conjunction with the rest of the pieces that I've been sort of getting for myself over the years as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.